There are all kinds of ways that you can communicate with the public about science, and I've written books about science and given lectures and so forth, and those are very effective and very rewarding things to do. But there's something very immediate about playing music and singing, and if you can actually get the audience to appreciate the words of what we're singing about, I think it's an opportunity to provide an additional way of communicating information about the brain. The songs that I've been writing are primarily about how the brain works, and especially how it works in emotions like fear. I think it was probably in the Roman times that the amygdala was identified as an almond-shaped structure in the brain. Amygdala is Greek for almond. The amygdala is especially involved in fear and in detecting danger, responding to danger, but it probably has some role in other emotions as well. And one of our songs is called All in the Nut, and it's all about the role of the amygdala in fear. So it asks the question, why do we feel so afraid? And the answer is, it's all in a nut in your brain.
Why? Why? Why do we feel so afraid? Why? Why? Why do we feel so afraid? Don't have to look very far. Don't get stuck in the rut.
The band is composed of Tyler Volk, a professor in biology, Daniela Schiller, a postdoctoral fellow in the Department of Psychology and also in the Center for Neuroscience, and Nina Galbraith-Curley, who is Daniela's research assistant. She was an undergraduate at NYU, and she's been applying to graduate schools, and so hopefully she'll stay at NYU for graduate school, but I think she has lots of other offers as well. I'm sort of a mediocre guitar player that I'm fortunate to play with these really good musicians. We always joked about forming a band, and our ambition was to make it to Bleecker Street, play in one of the clubs there, and who knows, maybe that'll happen now that we actually do have a band. Whether you're an artist or a scientist, there's a certain amount of creative energy that goes into the process. And for example, as a scientist, I write books, and I've used that as a kind of creative energy source because I've tried to not simply present the science in a drab, dull way, but to make it interesting for lay readers. Tyler's done the same thing with his work. He's written some very interesting books on the environment and on other aspects of biology that relate to his work on meta patterns and so forth. And so there's a kind of creativity that goes into that process, and it's just a matter of channeling it into either your research or your writing, your music if you're a musician, or whatever else you're doing. It's all kind of one brain, one mind, and it's using the same resources, and it's just a matter of pulling a little bit from this part of the brain or that part of the brain and applying it to the different things and different activities that you're engaged in.